Awakening goes through many processes. It started for me 25 years ago when I was minding my own business as a typesetter and enjoying working with words and the mathematics of setting type. And there's been many trials and tribulations along the way. And I've been driven by a fire since my awakening. It's hard to describe, but if you could imagine standing behind a rocket motor and feeling the blast, it's been like that for 25 years. And suddenly it turned off. And the universe stood me in no man's land, not for the first time. And the no man's land's very interesting because you don't know what's coming next, but you know you have to let go of everything that came before and stand in that no man's land and wait. And a little bit at a time, the universe will send you signs and signals on how to take the next step. And so it's like being a toddler, it's like being a child who doesn't know anything. So it's stepping into the unknown, stepping into that next step, just taking one step and seeing where it leads. And then the universe says, well, try this. And so you try it and you find out, does it work or does it not work? Is the universe just setting up a lesson for you to say, try this, see does it work? And through a process of elimination, you learn to take one step after another. And so I arrived at this place where the universe said, you can give darshan. And I'd felt it coming for maybe 2 years, but more so in the last 12 months. And then one day, the universe says, okay, let go of everything and step into it. So how do you know whether you can do it or not? You don't know until you sit in front of somebody and you allow it to happen. But it's very different, very new. For 25 years I could see and feel energy. I could see consciousness. I could manipulate consciousness. I could change consciousness. I could open consciousness. And now the universe says, leave consciousness behind. Step into this where you do nothing, but the universe works through you in a way where you can't feel anything. And so I sit there passing the gift of darshan, wondering whether the people can feel things or not, because I can't. I'm just in that space of being empty. I'm aware that I'm sitting there. I'm aware there's a person in front of me, but I can't actually see them. It's like my eyes become blind, but blind is not the correct word. It's not the right expression. So it's as if my eyes become blind and I can't see the person. And I can't feel what's happening until afterwards. And then when I receive feedback from a person, it's often quite profound. They've sometimes had this life-changing experience just in 2 or 3 seconds of darshan. And it's a humbling moment to realize that something far greater than you can ever imagine within 2 or 3 seconds of time can transmit something through your heart into the heart of another person via the eyes, and that brings a profound change in that person's life. But I had 25 years of training to reach this position, and so I've got a lot to look back on over the years that have brought me to this place. But it's truly an amazing place to be. But I find myself asking, well, what does the universe want of me now? I can rewind that back to a point where, right at the very beginning, when I'd had my awakening, and the light started to pour into me, and it would blow my physical body up as if I was going to explode. And I thought, what's happening here? What's happening to me? I thought I was losing my mind, but it was only an inner transformation, an inner change, light being poured into me that had these massive physical effects. But a little bit at a time, the body gets used to it. And I suppose that's what's happening now with the darshan. It's like the universe has upped the game. It wants to pour more light through me into the world, into people's hearts, to help them to find their way, to help them through their difficulties. But I now have to find the stamina, the energetic stamina, or the stamina to hold the new level of light that the universe wishes to pour in. So it's one step at a time. Just taking that one small step, bringing the darshan to people, then resting, and then one small step, bringing the darshan to people, and then resting. And then I sit back and say, well, I wonder, does the universe have a plan? But it always does. It always has a plan. And sometimes we just have to sit and wait for that plan to unfold. And when you've been driven by a fire for 25 years, suddenly it's very strange not to have the fire there pushing you all the time. And it's just a question of sit, rest. When somebody wants the darshan, respond. When the universe sends somebody for the darshan, respond. But at the same time, be busy in the world, but in balance. Doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there. Sharing what you've got to offer with the world, because if we don't bring it into the world, then nobody will know. The universe doesn't bring such an amazing power or force into a humble human being for that person just to sit there and do nothing with it. We have to take some action to let people know that it's there. It's there if you want it. All you've got to do is knock on the door.